Hey, pilgrims, you still walking? Come on. Your pack is a lot lighter. You know when you leave for the trip and you have all the stuff in your pack, and at about the 30-mile mark, you're like, I'm not bringing the electric toothbrush. And what were we thinking? So you begin to purge all those things, and then your legs strengthen and your back strengthens. And here we are closing in on the conclusion of our pilgrimage and our adventure, steeped in grace. And during this segment, contemplating the mystery of the Eucharist. Ed Foley told a beautiful story during a homily a while ago. And the story involved his two nephews, one of whom was preparing for First Holy Communion, and his younger brother. And so after Mass, he had CCD, so he was all steeped in, First Holy Communion stuff. And his parents were very invested in this and reminded him that he was preparing for First Holy Communion. So they get home and they're making their traditional Sunday pancakes, which both kids love. The blueberries forming the smile, the whole thing, chocolate chips. And so the seventh grader, the 7-year-old who's preparing First Holy Communion, says, I get the first one. And his mom says, if Jesus was here, he would make sure that someone else got the pleasure of the first pancake. 7-year-old, the one preparing First Holy Communion, turns to his brother, he says, you be Jesus today. Here's the thing. Rituals should have a cost. The reason that rituals so often don't work is that they don't ask much of us. They don't have a bite to them. They don't give us a reason to pause and ask ourselves, can I actually, in good conscience, participate in this invitation and this risk? And so, what the Eucharist asks of us is to become what we eat, to leave the liturgical celebration prepared to nourish, to tear chunks of ourself off of our bodies and our souls and our calendars and our time and our generosity of spirit, and to be vigilant about moments where we could actually give ourselves away. And so the kid doesn't want to be Jesus today because it's going to cost him the first pancake. That's what the Eucharist is going to do. It's going to cost us the first pancake. And actually, maybe not the first, because when you know what they say, the first one is always gets wrecked. So maybe the second one, but you know what I'm talking about. The first really good pancake, Jesus asks us to give to our little brother. I pray that the Eucharist becomes more and more and more costly for us. And because of its cost, we're drawn back to it so that we can be nourished in order to become what we eat. And that we might turn to our little brothers and turn to our parents in memory care, who, as we feed them, don't know our names, but we give them the first pancake and part of our soul and gratitude for all the times that they fed us and we didn't know their names. So in celebration of the mystery, the 10,000 layer mystery of the Eucharist, that's so demanding and so free and so lavish, and just the paradox in those words tell us so much about God and about sacraments and about sacramentality and about the Eucharist. And such a privilege to be called to the table with you and then to walk with you, looking for ways that we might become what we've eaten. And the church says, Amen.